Hey everyone, Looker right in the Po-Tussie here, back with another Pokemon video.
One day we were all feeling bored from ruining the country, so we decided to take on the toughest Pokemon challenge that has ever been conceived and documented here on YouTube, a totally original idea that has never been done before.
Shoutouts to Soda Crab for the idea, but they played a dumbed-down easy game like Platinum, so we decided to up the difficulty massively. But go check out their original, which is linked down below.
Today we are going to show you our notorious run of Pokemon HeartGold.
You'll see why we chose this version later, as it became crucial to the climax of this run.
The three of us decided to collectively work together to take on this challenge, so let's tell you the rules. 1. We are only allowed to use Pokemon. No Fakemon, no Pocket Monsters, and definitely no Digimon.
Right off the bat, we know this is a controversial rule. How are we going to win such a difficult battle already without the use of monsters like these?
We told you we cranked the difficulty to 11 on this.
I was already gearing up to quit, but the guys assured me out of utter kindness that I could beat this with them.
Don't be such a pussy, Joe. Think of the money.
2. No using items in battle unless we absolutely have to.
Pretty standard rule for these challenges. If we don't need to heal, we aren't allowed to use healing items. If we needed to strategically win the fight, only then we can use as many as we want.
But only if we want to. That's a key point to make.
Number 3. No shinies.
Again, straightforward. They just make the game too easy with their bright colors and broken new sparkly ability moves.
I especially hate shiny Charizard because he's black.
Rule 34. We must beat the game.
We leave the most disturbing one until last, as we know other PokeTubers will be upset with this divisive decision.
A lot of fellas stop at the third gym saying they beat the challenge, but that just doesn't satisfy us. We want to look at our Hall of Fame screen and say, damn, those 6,000 attempts were so worth it. Finally, I can see my family now.
Let us take you through the greatest Pokemon challenge there ever. As we began the greatest journey there ever, we encounter our first problem.
We hadn't thought of a name for our MCOC, you see.
The whole run flashed before my eyes. All that heartache, pain, and triumph. Was it about to be for naught?
The run's life was running out.
But then I called us Po-Tuss, and the journey lived on.
Clutch move, Joe!
Let's freaking go!
We made our way to Professor Oak's lab, and this is when we decided to do something special for this run.
You see, the Gen 4 games are notorious for having the longest opening cutscenes in the franchise, making continuous resetting for good nature's individual values, whatever they are, and moves an absolute chore.
Compare this to Sun and Moon, where all you have to do is load your save and you're ready to go. But we figured if we were going to be doing a super hard run like this, we should begin by torturing ourselves in a hunt for a shiny starter.
So we left it up to fate. Whichever of the three changed to its alternate color palette, we would choose them.
Try as we might, luck was just not on our side, as we went literally dozens of soft resets and not one of the starters were shiny.
And then this happened.
It just doesn't make any sense. He's part of a Sky Trio, yet only learns 2 physical flying type moves. He's a special attacker for crying out loud.
They had to balance him somehow, Donald. Imagine in Gen 5OU if he learned something other than...
Oh my God, shiny Garchomp, shiny Garchomp, guys.
That's
Oh my
my goat,
God.
number
Oh my
one
God.
baby.
Woo.
Finally, after so many minutes of our lives being wasted, the sparkly starter had appeared.
Despite choosing Chompy, this still was a difficulty increase that only veterans of the series like myself would notice. Think about it, we now have a crippling weakness to Fairy. Knowing that those magical little things resist our dragon's same type attack bones, how could we even begin to imagine a counter strategy? It truly felt like the run was over already.
But hey, at least its shiny was worth it.
We ran into a redhead named GP who was yelling subscribe. So in honor of him, we named our Chompinator Scrub Side, because you should heavily scrub the side of those buttons underneath this video.
Scrub it good.
After an intense top percentage makeout session with the youngster, we thought the run was going relatively smooth so far.
The game was practically over at this point.
We took down the first 2 gyms with ease, which is saying something because in the guide Joe was following, Bugsy didn't lead Scyther, which was a tad annoying.
You fucking hacker!
But Subby clutched it out.
We made a quick detour to Slowpoke Well where we stomped Team Rock'em Sock'em. Take note of this subplot, as it will become part of a much greater problem later in the run.
We then parked our Dargon in the daycare, and after witnessing him disintegrate some more trainers, we thought he was feeling lonely. So we decided to snag him a teammate.
Okay boys, time to head into National Park and see what special Pokemon are roaming about.
Yo, isn't the song here meant to be pure Quilava?
Friends, this is pure nostalgia bait at its finest, admittedly. but both God and I love it to pieces. The soft-spoken melody, which carries this feeling of joy, bundled with a melancholic undertone, sets the stage for something grander than the sum of its parts. It's a melody that slowly builds and builds its calming layers until the tension reaches new heights. But it's not an immediate shutdown or minor takeover. In fact, it's an indescribable resolution of relief. As if you just completed a task that was shackling your fun, and now the world is your cloister. Or it's that sweet embodiment of reuniting with that good old friend you haven't seen in years. A gal, a guy, a boyfriend or girlfriend, or anything in between. Life has peaked for you in this very brief moment, and then it's right back to the beginning. We live for these short bursts of overwhelming happiness, and this song bolsters that energy in bucket loads. That is what this tune adds to one's senses and is the true reflection of being alive.
Oh hey, this ain't a bad encounter, let's catch.
We thought it was fitting to feature a dark type that debut in the generation it was created, so Obama here fit right in.
As for me being named after one of the most kick-ass legendaries, I can't say I'm mad, Brody.
Now, a lot of haters and nay-nayers will complain that this monster is simply too overpowered for this game. And what they don't know is they're wrong. As of Generation 9, Darkrai is officially in the OU rank as deemed by Pokemon VGC officials, so therefore it is not even as good as legendary Pokemon like Espathra. Therefore, our difficulty continues to power up.
We were ready for the hardest gym leader in the entire game, Whitney, is what I would say. If I was 6 years old and couldn't read.
This is the most serious part of the video. If you can't beat this literal child, get some help.
In Pokemon terms, he means, get some help from an effective monster such as a Geodude or Heracross. They're literally free.
We even caught your wife before the battle just in case. It was so easy.
Still a zinger.
No, wait, guys, wasn't there that one part in the fight?
Oh crap, you're right.
Oh yeah, so we solved the gym puzzle and finally pressed A on the villainous team leader, Whitney Spears. And here's where the trouble began.
A Clefairy. Remember what we said earlier about fairy-type Pokemon becoming an issue?
Not only that, I looked it up on my iPad mini, and Clefairy must have an ability or something that makes it totally immune to dragon moves altogether. This was when we all knew this run was Jover.
But that's when I decided to believe in our subscribe, the Chomper. I mean, he hard carried us up to this point. Who was to say he wouldn't clutch it out again? With bated breath, I clicked Dragon Rage. And through sheer determination, Scrubbers overwrites the type chart and lands a critical hit, winning the battle.
Yippee!
After stomping Witters and ghosting Rick, it was time for the real challenge spike of the run. Chuck.
We had already learned Rock Climb at this point, so the puzzle was made a little bit easier, but we went in with high hopes.
Primeape leads, which is already a bad start for us. Who could have known his ace would be in front? We land a devastating Hyper Beam, which was huge, but it wasn't enough.
We blacked out, but it was fine because the Barak Clause activated, allowing us to continue the challenge with no penalties.
Wait, what?
But we lost that battle not due to negligence, but because of our low power levels. This is when we decided to use our 10-minute time skip arc, so our team would be sufficiently leveled for the rematch.
Primeape lead again, but this time we are ready for it. I go for the Shadow Ball, which only has an 82% chance to knock out, and we fortunately get it.
We switched to our starter on the Poliwrath Hypnosis, predicting the dodge, going for the Dragon Claw to take the dub.
With that out of the way, most players begin to complain about the open worldness of the next few gyms. It's not well known, but a lot of gyms in Johto can be done out of their intended order, with questionable level jumps at that. We decided not to break the game and beat the leaders in the order Sega intended for it to be done. First Claire, then Price, and finally Jasmine. We even had time after the 7th badge to draw our trainer's signature of an upside-down cracked root mushroom releasing spores. How neat, huh?
Now there was no more time for neatness. As we had made it to the Elite Four, all our past precious seconds had culminated in this final gauntlet, so we locked in and prepared for the worst. However, we weren't exactly ready for just how bad this E4 run could go.
We narrowly dodged the trainer's sights through these weirdly animated box rooms that otherwise hold no other significant value. Finally, we emerge where Lance awaits.
Oh yeah, the gym leader of Red and Blue was here waiting to take us down in a fight that would go down in history as one of the great.
We take on the Gyarados with our starter, which was fine.
Then the 3 hacked Dragonites get slapped back to back to back to back, but all of a sudden a massive problem appears. Charizard.
I mean, looking at this menacing pure dragon, what was the point of even trying to fight it? We were all out of luck and had no hope of winning.
Guys, listen to me, you have to trust me on this.
Joe, we cannot waste any turns healing up. We need all the chip damage we can get here.
I know, but you gotta trust me on this.
That is ludicrous. The fate of the world resides on this turn.
Guys, just trust me on this, trust, watch.
Hey, slow bro, what are you doing? That's not gonna... Oh my God, it worked! We overcame Lance!
Damn, Joe, you really pulled it off in the end.
Yay, I'm the bestest. Well, not exactly. You see, remember when we said earlier we need to beat Kanto fully? We hadn't done that yet.
Nice victory over Blue Joe.
You really pushed it off in the end.
Yay, now I'm the greatest. I beat the game. Well, not exactly. Remember when we said we had to beat Mountain Silver?
We thought about doing something special for the final part of this adventure.
And no, not Joe Mama.
Oh, man.
We decided to stream it live here on YouTube. Oh what? You missed this stream and subsequently epic ending?
Well, maybe if you subscribed, you wouldn't have.
All right, guys, welcome back to our first Pokemon HeartGold live stream, and here we are, the summit of the game.
To give you some context, we are doing a challenge.
All right, it's time for the final battle.
Okay, luckily he is going to start off with Freakachu, who is 14 levels higher than us. Low-key a choke of a start, who we should, in theory, judging by my $9.99 calculator app, never lose a monster by following my 13-plan strategy.
Okay, we just live, but since dragons rest atop icy mountains in Skyrim, we should dodge the weather condition and be able to sweep the rest of the team from here.
That makes a lot of sense. And Pokemon is a game of sense and no luck and no fun, so we've so got this. Yes, absolutely.
Chat, we have come so far, we are not giving up. This chunky choodle chump won't get the better of us. Type 1 in the chat if you have faith, because we have so got this. I knew we should have caught the Aerodactyl, he would have lived.
Well, the only one that could win this battle for us was our starter, and he unalived to the yellow rat, so now what? We don't even have revives to bring him back.
Do you believe in miracles, boys?
Zamzaddy, our king is back in business.
Dragon Claw will decimate anybody, let's freaking go.
Oh, chat, we are so back. This Flappy Lappy is going down. Diggity down, down.
If I was straight, I'd kiss those scaly draconic lips of Scrubby. This is hype.
This is why Chompy is my favorite Pokemon. Get ready for the sweep of a lifetime, ready boy?
Okay, because of species clause, we can't catch this thing to save us. Any suggestions?
You ever hear of fight fire with fire?
Press 4 in chat if you think this smokes him.
We have to be in the top percentage of Garchomp to win this 1v1.
Hey, that's my line.
I love you, Zardy boy, but we've got a game to finish.
I'm calling Mr. Guinness right now so we can be placed in the world record books for hardest Pokemon challenge completion.
It all comes down to this crunch. Come on, Scrubside, do it now.
Feint him.
Use all your power.
Phew. Can't believe we made it this far.
We did it. We won the challenge.
Type you were here if you came this far with us, chat. To all 4 viewers, type it out now.
And there you have it. Pokemon HeartGold the game, the movie, the anime, the game, the challenge, finally completed.
After a measly 7 years, one of the greatest runs is complete. Thanks to everyone who requested for this video, aka nobody. Without your suggestions, this video would be not done.
Special shout-outs again to our sponsor, the Nut Snipper 200, discount in the description. And White House VPN, make sure you get the 6 free months using the link down below. Thanks to all Patreons, YouTube members, Trump supporters, Biden supporters, Obama supporters, Clint Eastwood supporters, Discord supporters, Mr. Nintendo, and humans. Next week, we will try Beat Soul Silver, but I can only use level 1000 Pokemon. Okay, subscribe.
I say we act like myself and forget that run ever happened.
I second that. It was more cursed than my inner demon.
I'm a simp for one in particular, so I only wish that were true Barack. But yes, let's do something more challenging. What about Pokemon Sapphire?
The game where they had to replace the incredibly easy 8th gym leader? Sure, but let's retire the looker right in the Po Tussie channel name.
Where will we upload the vids then?
Well, I know a guy that pays decently well for his channel uploads, and I'm on a bit of a Nuzlocke streak at the moment. Let's give it a try.
Not like it's going to get 500,000 views or anything like that.